wrath of the Most High kindled against his people, we the children of Israel, insomuch that he abhorred, he hated his own inheritance. Jacob was a lot of the Most High's inheritance. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen. That's why we went to captivity after captivity after captivity. A lot of you don't even know anything about our captivities under these other nations. Don't even know who we've been under and how long we were under them. Because you just think we was in captivity. Some of you probably don't believe we were slaves in America. That's how gross darkness you are in. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen. And they that hated them, see, you know, these heathen nations don't love us. He said, they that hated them ruled over them. They're enemies. So they only didn't hate us, but they also were our enemies. And their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand. Thus say the Most High. 2 Chronicles 33:7. So you see, it's clear. We broke the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, first and foremost, in not even loving him. He said, I love Jacob, but we ain't love him. Like some of you don't love him now. What have you done for me lately? You love him whenever he do something for you. Other than that, you ain't talk about the Most High. What your conversation about what he did? Who talking about him? Who really care? You don't fear the Most High. You ain't afraid of him. You ain't scared of him until he bring them plagues. He start shaking. You start seeing the disasters happen. You start seeing the destruction. You start seeing loss. He get our attention with death, I tell you that. Most definitely. 2 Chronicles 33:7. And he said, just a wicked King Manasseh. And he said, remember he said, verse 1, Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign. 12 years old. And he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem. 55 years we had to deal with this dude reigning in wickedness. Verse 7, what did he do? And he set a carved image, the idol which he had made in the house of the Most High. He set it in the house of the Most High, of which the Most High had said to David and to Solomon, his son, in this house and in Jerusalem, which I have chosen before all the tribes of Israel, will I put my name forever. And he bought idols, carved images, something you could see and worship it. Second Chronicles 25. As you see, man, you're going to see all this that we done, that you doing right now in a different day and time that we reading here with the same thing going on right now. Another one, 2 Chronicles 25. Amaziah was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoiadan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Most High, but not with a perfect heart. He did that which was right in the Most High, but not with a perfect mind. Now it came to pass, when the kingdom was established to him, that he slew his servants that had killed the king, his father. So he killed the servants that had killed his father, Josiah. Check it out. Remember, he said he did that which was right in the Most High's eyes, but not with a perfect mind. That's the heart. It's your mind, the way you think. Verse 4, but he slew not their children. He killed them, the ones that killed his father, but he didn't kill their children. But did as it is written in the law in the book of Moses, where the Most High commanded, saying, the fathers shall not die for the children, neither shall the children die for the fathers, but every man shall die for his own sin. So he's quoting from Deuteronomy 24 and 16. This is what he did. He followed the law of the Most High. Which some of you say we're not under, but this is what he did. Well, you can see it here in the law, in Deuteronomy 24 and 16. The fathers shall not be put to death for the children. You see? The fathers shall not be put to death for the children. What the children do. Fathers not going to be put to death for what the children do. Neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. Right? Because most I deal with 3 to 4 generations. Don't get it twisted now. Because we had to deal with what our forefathers did. But your immediate father, no. Because you as a child, his child, you ain't got to pay for what he done. That's why he say he followed the law in that aspect. But you got to look at, go to Lamentations. Look at Lamentations. I'm just going to give you some balance in this so you understand it's not just that way. Because most I deal with 3 to 4 generations. Here we are. Lamentations 5 and 7. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Lamentations 5 and 7. Our fathers, we the Israelites, our forefathers have sinned. They broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and are not. Meaning they're not here. But they sinned before the Most High. So we're reading about them now, doing evil in the sight of the Most High. Our fathers, which is our forefathers, have sinned. They broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and are not. And we have borne their iniquity. You see? Through the generation, 3 to 4 generations. Here we are, we carried their iniquities, right? We paid the price for what our forefathers did. That's why, in this day and time, prophecy of what's going to happen to those that have reaped benefits from what their ancestors done. Superpower of the earth. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children. For what? For the iniquity of their fathers. That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You see? So, that law was talking about your immediate father, your immediate child. But let's go to the law. Go to the 10 Commandments, Exodus 20. So you'll see what I was saying. You can see it's here. Let's look at verse 4 and 5. It's the law. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Is what they was doing. Any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. This is what you can do, which they did. And doing evil inside of the Most High, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. That's what they were doing. Brought it all the way up in the house of the Most High. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting iniquity of the fathers upon the children. The fathers upon the children, when? Unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. You see? You don't love the Most High if you gonna say you ain't under his law. You ain't gotta do what he say do. He wrote the laws, 613 laws with his finger. The work of the Most High. Moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and sacrificial laws. He wrote it with his finger. That's the work of the Most High. You let somebody tell you ain't gotta follow him. That what you telling him? You're going to pay for that. As it is written, you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. But read your Bible, Matthew 5:17 through 19. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love him. Only way you love him is to do this. And keep his commandments. Keep my commandments, he said. His laws. Anybody fool y'all? That's what you said doing. What's the price to pay? falls in the hands of living power. Going back to 2 Chronicles. (25:5). 2 Chronicles 25:5. So you see, like I said, you know, most I catch up to you, boy. You get away with nothing. He said to the third and the fourth generation, them that hate him, you don't love him if you're not gonna do what he say do. Y'all love the Most High. You saying I gotta do what you want me to do, but I'm gonna follow what this world says okay. Make that make sense to me. You're gonna follow the law of the land, but you're not gonna follow the laws of the Most High, and you're gonna be going to the kingdom that it's already prepared for us. Just a matter of us getting ourselves together and stop offending the Most High. 2 Chronicles 25:5. Moreover, Amaziah gathered Judah together and made them captains of over thousands and captains over hundreds, according to the houses of their fathers, throughout all Judah and Benjamin. Warriors set up order, and he numbered them from 20 years old and above, and found them 300,000 choice men, able to go to war, able to go forth to war, that could handle spear and shield. He hired also 100,000 mighty men of valor out of Israel for 100 talents of silver. That's northern Israel, northern tribes. But there came a man of the Most High to him, saying, O king, let not the army of Israel go with thee. Don't let the northern tribes, that's the northern tribes, the army of Israel, right? Don't let them go to fight with you. The man of the Most High came to him, saying, O king, let not the army of Israel go with thee. Don't let the northern tribes go with you. All those outside of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, to wit, with all the children of Ephraim. That's why you look at Ephraim, you see Judah, you see Ephraim. Ephraim represents the 9.5 tribes of the northern tribes. Judah represents Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The Levites they were the priests, they were amongst all the tribes. But the Most High gave, Judah, Benjamin. That's why Ephraim is considered Israel. You see Israel, you might see Ephraim is representing the 9.5 tribes. The kingdom was split. But if thou wilt go, do it. You're going to go, do it. Be strong for the battle. The Most High shall make thee fall before the enemy. But the Most High have power to help and to cast down. You hear that? A lot of them don't realize that. That's why you don't fear the Most High. But the Most High have power to help you, and the Most High have power to cast your butt down to the ground. Matter of fact, flatline you, kill you. Because he have the issues from death, but he had power to help too. And Amaziah said to the man of the Most High, but what shall we do for the 100 talents which I have given to the army of Israel? Shall I pay them 100 talents to go and fight with me? I said, what am I supposed to do, man? That's a lot of money I gave them. And the man of the Most High answered, the Most High is able to give thee much more than this. I don't think that's nothing. The Most High is able to give you much more than 100 talents. You done gave to the northern tribes to help you fight. But the Most High ain't with them. He say, hey, that's why you going to fight some battle and you with somebody the Most High ain't with. You could fall. Better make sure you with somebody the Most High with. Then Amaziah separated them, to wit the army that was come to him out of Ephraim, the northern tribes, called Israel, to go home again, to send them home again. Wherefore their anger was greatly kindled against Judah. And they returned home in great anger. They got pissed off. They were mad. They returned home in great anger. And Amaziah strengthened himself and led forth his people and went to the valley of Salt and smote the children of Seir 10,000. Who are the children of Seir? Because Mount Seir is a place that a certain people inhabited. Let's look, let's find, let's see who the Most High gave Seir to. It says Seir, right? So you're supposed to know this as you're reading this. You're supposed to know what it's saying to be able to equate it with who lived there. Because the Most High ain't dealing with he ain't killing no land, killing people that live in the land. Who's giving Seir? Let's find out. Go to Genesis 36 chapter. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom, right? Let's jump down to verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. See that? Esau is Edom. Thus dwelt Esau, the biblical name for the aboriginal so-called Caucasian people, in Mount, that's a mountain, Seir. Esau is Edom, which means red. Now that you know that when it says Seir, it's talking about the Edomites, so-called aboriginal white men, or their forefather, Esau, as they became a nation called the Edomites, that's in the Bible. Now we just look at verse 11 of 2 Chronicles 25th chapter again. It says, and Amaziah strengthened himself and led forth his people, and went to the valley of Salt, and smote of the children of Seir, the children of Seir, the children of Mount Seir, which are the Edomites, 10,000. 10,000. Other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive. So they carried away 10,000 Edomites from Mount Seir and brought them unto the top of the rock. 10,000 they brought to the top of the rock. That's what they did. And cast them down from the top of the rock, that they all were broken in pieces. They went up to a tall rock and they threw them down. How many? And other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive, and brought them unto the top of the rock, and cast them down from the top of the rock, that they all were broken in pieces. 10,000. Can you imagine that? Boom, they just throwing them down. Boom, boom, they just breaking in pieces. But the soldiers of the army which Amaziah sent back, that they should not go with him to battle, fell upon the cities of Judah, from Samaria even to Beth-horon, and smote 3,000 of them, and took much spoil. They fell on the cities of Judah, and killed 3,000 of us, and took much spoil. Now it came to pass after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites, that he brought the gods of the children of Seir. Hear that? Remember, all the gods of the nations are idols. So Edomites dealing with idolatry too. And what they do? He brought the gods of the children of Seir. He brought the gods of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Then you know, hey, that's what they always been dealing with. Idols. And set them up to be his gods. He set them up to be his powers, and bowed down himself before them. Remember the Most High said, thou shalt not bow down before them and worship them. He bowed down before them and burned incense unto them. Man, it's cold. Remember what the Most High said. Go to Exodus 20. Again, the law. This the 10 Commandments. This is what the 10 Commandments is. Exodus 20. This is the 10 Commandments. Exodus 20 and 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, no other idols before the Most High. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Straight up. Thus say the Most High. Going back to 2 Chronicles 25, verse 14 again. Now it came to pass after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites. We took 10,000 of them and threw them over the cliff. That he brought the gods of the children of Seir and set them up to be his gods. Remember verse 2? 2 Chronicles 25 and 2. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Most High, but not with a perfect heart, not with a perfect mind. Here he is. Verse 14. Now it came to pass, he done killed the Edomites. After that, Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites, that he brought the gods of the children of Seir. He brought the gods of the Edomites from Mount Seir, Mountain Seir, and set them up to be his gods, and bowed down himself before them. Moses said, don't do this, and burnt incense unto them. Wherefore the anger of the Most High was kindled against Amaziah, and he sent unto him a prophet, which said unto him, why hast thou sought after the gods of the people? Why are you following these religions, like they are today, of the people, which could not deliver their own people out of thine hand? Those guys can deliver the Edomites out of the hand of Amaziah and his army. You see what we just read? He did. And it came to pass as he talked with him, that the king said unto him, art thou made of the king's counsel? Forbear. Why shouldest thou be smitten? He said, you made of the king's counsel? He said, why must I kill you? Then the prophet forbear and said, I know that the Most High hath determined to destroy thee, because thou hast done this, and hast not hearkened unto my counsel. See, I know this. The Most High gonna kill you. His purpose is to destroy you because you ain't listen to the counsel. Like a lot of people don't listen to the counsel of a man of the Most High. And they're gonna be destroyed in our time, as it is written. Because they're not, like we just read, they're rebellious. They're not looking at the counsel of the Most High. They're looking at the shadow of Pharaoh. What is they bringing to us in social media? What is they bringing to us in the news? What they bringing to us that I can look at, that I can follow in this wicked kingdom? And not what the Most High says. Gonna be too late when he say, hey, they go back to, you better know what you know. You ain't gonna be able to get this? What you gonna do then? If thou can say, because you ain't got no examples to be able to go by because you ain't studied enough to know what to do in certain situations. That he say, this works, that works. What works? Where are your solutions at? Because it's going to be on this earth. It's being conquered up right now as I'm speaking. What you going to do when he come for you? You ready? You better be ready. Listen. Then Amaziah, king of Judah, took advice and sent to Joash, son of Joahaz, son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, come, let us see one another in the face. Let us see each other face to face. And Joash, king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah, saying, that's northern tribe and southern tribe, the thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, give thy daughter to my son to wife. And there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon and strode down the thistle, killed him. Thou sayest, Lo, thou hast smitten the Edomites, and thine heart lifted thee up to boast. Abide now at home. Why shouldst thou meddle to thine hurt, that thou shouldst fall, even thou and Judah with thee? Say, why you meddling now? That you gonna die, and the tribe of Judah too? But as Amaziah would not hear, for it came of the Most High, that he might deliver them into the hand of their enemies, because they sought after the gods of Edom. Over and over again. You read them curses. The times we went into captivity because we sought after the gods of these other nations. Here, he told you straight up in verse 14. Now it came to pass after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites, that he brought the gods of the children of Seir, went in and found their gods and took them. He found the gods of the children of the Edomites that was in Mount Seir, and set them up to be his gods. They're so disrespectful for the Most High. That's, when you look at this is offending the Most High over and over and over and over and over again to this day. Set them up to be his gods, and bow down himself before them, and burn incense unto them. That's why I tell you in verse 20, but Amaziah would not hear, for it came of the Most High, that he might deliver them into the hand of their enemies, because they sought after the gods of Edom. And you see what he did? He ain't sought, he only seek after, he bowed down to him. Straight up. In every way, shape, or form, man. Cold, brother. Let's look at 2 Chronicles, the 33rd chapter. Wicked Israelites. 2 Chronicles 33 and 9. So Manasseh made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to err. Remember? Verse 1, Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem. But he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High, like unto the abominations, the 50 wicked acts of the heathen, whom the Most High had cast out before the children of Israel, because they were doing all these wicked acts, like they're doing right today. He gonna destroy them. All you that's not gonna come back to the law, such commandments of the Most High, as it is written. Verse 9, so Manasseh made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to err, and to do worse than the heathen. You hear that? To do worse than the heathen, whom the Most High had destroyed before the children of Israel. It's cold-blooded. And the Most High spake to Manasseh and to his people, but they would not hearken. See, that's why I tell you. Daniel spoke about us. The majority of us, Israelites. Most High gave us laws, such commandments to go by. And he said, Daniel 9 and 10, 9 and 11, yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, as it is today. We're not under the law, we're under mercy and grace. And you a Gentile. You weren't even given the law as a Gentile. Just ignorance. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. To this day, while we lost our inheritance of living in the land of Israel, to be cast out. and be scattered, like he said, among all these nations to this day. It's cold, man. So he want to listen, like he said, we transgress the Most High's laws. So going back to 2 Chronicles 33, verse 11, wherefore the Most High brought upon them the captains of the host of the king of Assyria, use another nation, the Assyrians, to come against us, which took Manasseh among the thorns, and bound him with fetters, put him in chains and shackles, and carried him to Babylon. And when he was in affliction, when the Most High started afflicting him through the Assyrians, and when he was in affliction, he besought the Most High his power. That's what the Most High told us in Hosea 5 and 15. Say, I'm going to go to my place until we acknowledge our offense and seek his face, because he turned his face away from us. He said, in your affliction, you're going to seek me early. How much affliction he got to put on us before we start to really fear the Most High? That's the first thing he said. This is repent and keep the commandments of the Most High. You don't fear the Most High, because you're going to do what's wrong and say, oh, the Most High know my heart. You're going to go back to that. He know how I think. No. You offended the Most High by not doing what he say do. First and foremost, fearing him, being afraid, being scared of him. You afraid or scared of something, you ain't going to be doing what's wrong. Or go out there and break all the laws of Esau and see what happened to your butt. Do whatever you want to do in Esau kingdom. You going to follow his laws. The Most High gave us laws that he said in 1 John 5 and 3 said, well, this is the love of the Most High. Y'all say y'all love him to keep his commandments, and commandments are not grievous. This ain't hard. It's just a matter of you doing it and learn what's right from wrong and doing what's right. And you're going to be blessed. That's simple. Listen, but see this hard-headed, wicked Manasseh, Most had to put him in captivity under the Syrians. Verse 12, and when he was in affliction, that's what I'm going to say, in your affliction you're going to seek me early. He besought the Most High, his power, and humbled himself greatly before the Most High of his fathers. He humbled himself greatly before the Most High of his fathers. Now you got to deal with something else too. Because humility is opposite of being prideful. And prayed unto him, praying to the Most High. And he was entreated of him. Most High was entreated of him. The same man that we reading about in verse 2, Manasseh, the king that ruled for 55 years, but did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High, like unto the abominations of the heathen, who the Most High has cast out before the children of Israel. But now he's been afflicted. Verse 12. And when he was in affliction, remember the Most High said, in your affliction you're going to seek me early? Listen. He besought the Most High his power, and humbled himself greatly before the Most High of his fathers, and prayed unto him. And he was entreated of him, and heard his supplication, heard his cries. Supplication means he was crying to the Most High in prayer, and brought him again to Jerusalem and to his kingdom. Then Manasseh knew that the Most High, he was the power. Because he knew what he was going through. Well, how much affliction, don't say how much affliction he was going through. How much affliction we got to go through before we realize that we offend the Most High and seek his face, because some of you praying to yourself. That's what the scriptures say. You praying to yourself. Or praying to the devil helping you. He's going to come back and get his though. Believe that. Now after this, he built a wall without the city of David on the west side of the Gihon, in the valley, even to the entering in at the fish gate, and compassed about Ophel, and raised it up a very great height, and put captains of the war in all the fenced cities of Judah. So he got his army men in all different strategic places all around Judah. He built this wall around for protection, for security. And he took away the strange gods. See? Salah.